Hello! In this video I'm going to be making some homemade chicken nuggets or chicken tenders. I'm just going to be using chicken tenderloins from the supermarket, which are actually really easy to find now in most supermarkets. I think it was only like a year ago that I noticed that they started having them in the butcher's section in most places. I just like using them because they are really tender and they're not as dry as a chicken breast, for instance. And then for people who don't really like the darker meats like a chicken thigh, they're pretty good. So yeah, these are pretty quick and easy, and they are much nicer than the chicken nuggets or chicken tenders that you'll buy from the supermarket all pre-made. So let's see. So these are the tenderloins, and there's always like this weird white bit that I try and cut out, but it is kind of annoying because it does take off some of the chicken, but I really can't stand it, so I like take it out, and you can cut them into just like little bite-sized pieces, or you can leave them longer. There's another bit of that white stuff. I think it's like ligament or something. You can kind of just cut around it like that. Okay, so for the next part, so I've got all my chicken diced up here, and so for this step you need 3 bowls or plates. So you need panko breadcrumbs. These ones are just from the supermarket. You can just use normal breadcrumbs, but these are, I don't know, they give a nice crunchy texture and they're nice and light. So let's fill up the bowl with that, and then for this amount of chicken, see if I can do 1 egg. Might not quite be enough, but I'll see if I can do 1 egg. Give that a wee whisk. I don't know why I've done this on a plate. It's actually making my life quite difficult. It's okay, manage. And make sure you season the egg, salt and pepper. And then in the third plate, we're going to do just some flour, just normal plain flour. That's fine. Okay. And again, it's good to season everything as you go. Just make sure that the flavor's really good. I'll give the flour a bit of a mix after I've added that seasoning. And same with the egg. And then I'll get a plate out and we can just put that onto the plate once done. I really hate chicken, so I'm gonna wear a glove, but you could use tongs, whatever you want. So take your chicken, and what you're actually gonna do first is you're gonna put it into the flour. A lot of people think that the egg goes first, but actually the flour going first followed by the egg actually creates a better stick, really. So flour, egg, and then into the crumb. And then you can just place it on your plate. And these are really small, so they're pretty easy to do. But like I said, you can do it in bigger tenderloins if you want. You could do chicken breast. Chicken breast can be a little bit dry, so I do like to use the tenderloin. Okay, so I've done all that chicken. It actually ends up looking like quite a bit, so this will definitely do 4 kids, 5 kids even, maybe. Usually I'll just do like spuds, like the little baby pearl potatoes are really yummy at the moment, with some broccoli, and that would do them. Anyway, I've got the pan heating up on like medium high heat, and I'm just going to add some canola oil, and we're just going to shallow fry them. Like I'm sure you could put them in the air fryer, but I mean, let's be honest, they're going to be nicer shallow fried. So I'm just putting like, I don't know, 1/2 centimeter of oil in the bottom of the pan and making sure that gets really hot, because you don't want them just to sit in the oil and soak up all the oil. So I'll let that get hot. Okay, so you can just check if the oil's hot enough. I usually just like put my hand over slightly and you can kind of feel the heat. And then if you just grab one of the little bit of the batter, and it immediately sizzles, so you're probably good to go. So I'm just going to take some of those, pop them in. Make sure you don't overcrowd it because you don't want the temperature to come down too much. I'm just using a small frying pan. Just tends to keep the heat a bit more consistent. But just like that will do. And now that I've got them in there, I'm just going to turn the heat down just to, like, I don't know, in between, not quite medium, and just let them get nice and brown on one side. These have been cooking for like 2 minutes on one side. Just going to flip them over. I can just use a fork because it's kind of easier, so we can use tongs. And they're really nice and golden. And because these are so small, they really don't take that long once they get in the pan. Flip them over, and then give them a couple more minutes on the other side. If you want, you can have the oven on like a low heat, and once these are being ready, put them onto a paper towel or into a baking tray or something like that, and keep them in the oven on a really low heat just to kind of keep them warm while everything else is cooking. I'm just going to transfer these onto a paper towel just to kind of drain off the excess oil. And then I will show you what they look like when they are all plated up on the children's plates. Okay, these are the chicken nibbles. I'm just going to show you what they look like on the inside. So they're still really nice and tender on the inside and really nice and crispy on the inside. And they look pretty, they look pretty good. So that is the finished dinner. So our chicken nuggets, pasta and cucumber. I was planning on doing spuds and broccoli, but we didn't have any. So this is whatever was left in the cupboard. And I use this tomato sauce, it's like 50% less sugar and salt. Seems to do the goods fine. Anyway, hope you enjoy.